In this video, we'll talk about kinematics. And in kinematics, there are a few keywords to talk about. So the first one is displacement, but we normally express it as S. So S stands for displacement. And the second one is velocity. And we use V to express it. It is more straightforward. And the last one is acceleration, and the same we use the first letter. So you might be wondering, how are these three words? They seem to be more related with physics. How are they in this math lesson? So we can connect these three words in terms of math actually. You can actually differentiate displacement to get velocity. And you can actually differentiate velocity to get acceleration. So the inverse operation of differentiation is integration. So as you can probably tell, when we're trying to getting acceleration back to velocity, we can integrate it. And then to get displacement from velocity, we can also integrate it. And in physics, we use time to measure how everything is going. So we differentiate and integrate everything with respect to dt. T stands for time. So in next question, we're given the S, the displacement, and we want to find the speed. And speed is another word for velocity. So we want to get V from S. So we have to do differentiation. So our first step, the main idea is to differentiate displacement with respect to dt. So differentiating S here is the same as differentiating 1 plus 3t to the power of -1/2. We will not go into details of how to do differentiation. We've explained it in previous videos already, so I'll just do it. And here we use chain rule, and we use U to express 1 plus 3t. So differentiating 1 plus 3t with respect to dt, it is 3, and multiply with the derivative of u to the power of -1/2. And u is actually 1 plus 3t. So this is -1/2. We move the power to the front. The bracket remains the same, and the power -1. And the question mentions that it is when t equals 1. So after getting the expression for velocity, we need to put 1 into the t we have. So b when t equals 1, it is -3/2, 1 plus 3t, and t is 1 to the power of -3/2. This is -3/16. But notice that the question used the word speed instead of velocity. Although the two words are really similar, there are some minor difference. The difference is that velocity, it has a direction, while speed does not have a direction. So it means that velocity can be either positive or negative, but speed, it only has the magnitude, so it is always positive. So in this case, we have to make our value positive. So we can put an absolute value around them and make it a positive 3/16. And this is our final answer. In the second question, we're given the v, the velocity or the speed. And now we're asked to find the acceleration. So from v to a, we have to do differentiation. So the main idea is that we will differentiate v, and we need to find when does this equals to -9 as requested by the question. So differentiating v is differentiating the expression here, 6 sine 3t. And now 6, the constant remains here, and this is a trig function. We need to perform chain rule. We need to differentiate the expression inside the trig function. So differentiating 3t, this is 3. Then we'll multiply the derivative of the trig function, and the derivative of sine is cosine 3t. So simplifying this, this is 18 cosine 3t. And we need to find when does this equals to -9. So when we simplify this, we want to divide 18 on both sides. So it will be cosine 3t equals -1/2 after simplifying this. So we'll solve for this trig equation, and after taking the arcsine of -1/2, 3t equals to 2 pi over 3. And we want to solve for t, so we'll divide 3 on both sides. T equals 2 pi over 9. And this is our final answer. In the second part of the same question, now we have to find the displacement from the velocity we have. And v equals 6 sine 3t from the previous question. So to get s from v, we have to do integration. So now we're integrating v, where we're integrating 6 sine 3t dt. And we're given a time, so this is a definite integral. And we want to find the distance it has traveled from the origin to t equals 546, and at the origin the time equals 0. So this is an integral from 0 to 5.6. So the constants remains here, and in differentiation we multiply the 3 to the front. So as an inverse operation, we will divide 3 instead. And the integral of sine 3t, it is negative cosine 3t. And we'll evaluate this integral from 0 to 5.6. But before putting the numbers in, I want to simplify this a bit to make everything easier and try to prevent mistakes. So 6 times 1/3, 6 times 1/3 times -1, it is -2. So the entire thing is -2 cosine 3t. From 0 to 5.6, we'll put 5.6 in first. And we'll minus when 0 is inside the t. But when we minus -2 cosine 3t, the two negative cancel out. We can just cancel the negatives to make it positive. And the first term here, it is 0.921. The second term here, it is 2. So the final answer is 2.92. We'll drop the 1 here because we only need 3 significant figures. And this is our final answer.